You redirect podcast. Go ahead, say what you were gonna say.
I was gonna say nothing. I was gonna say, yo, redirect.
Yeah, I was about to let you do it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's Drect. I'm here with my man Steve Digi, and we just watched King of the Dot Massacre 5. Would I be wrong to say that Mass and Blackout are the best series that King of the Dot has? Seems like every year you can always rely on those two joints.
Yeah, nah, you wouldn't be wrong.
I'm probably because I'm from Mass.
World Dom is pretty good sometimes, but that's an acquired taste, I guess. A lot of different.
I like Mass. I just like the feel of Mass, the venue of Mass, Middle East and Cambridge. You know what I'm saying? That's my type of feel as far as the way it's filmed, and and a lot of those earlier Mass battles too. People stand on the ground instead of standing on the stage, and I feel like you could tell some people are more comfortable standing on the ground instead of being hoisted in the air. So there was some interesting battles at this joint. I have some thoughts and opinions, as I'm sure you do too.
Yep.
So let's get into it. Excel versus Quest McCody. I was anticipating this matchup because Quest and Excel, even though like I know they're cool, they was going at each other on Facebook so hard. And every day I log on, I just be laughing. Hey, you got the Predator dreads. You know what I'm saying? So I was crying laughing at everything they was talking about. So I just thought it was gonna be hype, but I guess when Summer Impact came, it dawned on me how close
so like 1 week,
the two
one week
was
apart
to each other. Yeah. So I felt like Excel won pretty handily, and I felt like Quest was like he didn't have enough time to prepare and like lock in like this was his only battle. That's the vibe I got.
But the polls were saying that Quest won though, right?
Let's look at the polls.
I think it was like 52 to 48.
Now we got 45% Excel 2-1, 33% Quest 2-1.
Okay, yeah, it averaged out. I thought that was a little
Excel
high.
won, and we all know Excel's pen is crazy. Every single battle he give us a crazy pen. The standout thing for me was when Quest was talking about like he doesn't know how to have fun, and he was just doing different plays off. He was doing different plays off how he can't have fun, wordplay or whatever. But when Excel said, "Don't play with my intelligence, look me in the IQ. I see the gap. I know it's easy to lie through."
Yeah,
that was like the line of the battle for me.
But it didn't get that much reaction though.
Yeah, but I was on the couch going crazy. Yo, that was fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of felt like I would have given it to Excel too, but I think like you said, it was mainly because of the whole last week thing, 1 week to prepare, and I think he took the time out to explain, or not Excel, but Quest took the time out to explain the situation that was going on with his daughter and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
During the battle. I don't know if a lot of people caught it or got exactly what he was saying.
Yeah,
but
he said she had an emergency during college, and during Double Impact he couldn't be there.
Yeah.
So,
but it was literally like it wasn't like right before. Like it was literally while he was on stage. I was like standing next to him, and he was getting the text messages and everything. It was like it wasn't like, oh, you've just been dealing with stuff that day or whatever. It was just like right then and there, which is in a way kind of caused him. He doesn't like to take the credit or push the credit off on something else, but that literally is the reason that he had that whole mess up during Summer Impact.
While playing off that, I thought it was funny as hell that Excel was like, "Thank you for coming from the place where Rich Dollars be at to battle me."
But I'm tired of the Rich Dollars lines. Yeah,
I just thought it was funny how
it's
he
defeat. If I hear Rich Dollars again, if I hear defeat lines again, if I hear
Rich Dollars is with defeat.
Yeah. Where Rich Dollars is at is with defeat.
We got to bow.
Which also Aunt Vivian Bars, another one. We get to that later.
Yeah, we get to that.
Another Aunt Vivian Bars.
I can't lie, the bow line is starting to get like that for me.
It's getting there. Still gotta.
You said earlier, can you tell me how to get bow? No, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, When does the bows end?
I don't know. I think
When you leave the dojo?
I think Twerk personified it, and he still has a few more to go. But like, just keep seeing new artists come up or new battlers come up
There's a lot of bows, though.
and putting in the bow.
Existing pre-twerk.
Right. But I'm saying he kind of personified it or whatever, and that's literally in every round that he spits now.
Right.
So I guess Charlie Clips broke that down for us.
So I got, just wrapping this one up. I got Excel. I mean, I thought he won every round. You could give him Cody, I think the last round when he was joking on like how Excel can't have fun. But I just think Quest was like, it's weird when you're not fully like prepared and in the heat of the battle, but you a veteran and you know how to move.
Right.
He looked mad comfortable.
Right.
Like obviously he had material, but it just wasn't like the fire and the passion of a competitive rap battle wasn't there. It was just,
You said you would have gave him the third?
No, it said if you did, I don't care, but I think Excel just won every round.
Yeah, I thought his better was the second was a little better than his third, but yeah, I definitely thought Excel won.
So now we got Pass versus Enes. Now out the gate, I'm like, oh, this is the battle of like the rappers who can rap on beat. You know what I'm saying? Just like out the gate, I'm like, I'm about to see mad flows. I'm excited. I'm happy. I get to hear real rapping. And I'll let you start this one.
Well, I mean, I was the opposite. I'm like,
you didn't want to hear that shit?
No, it wasn't even. It was just that I don't mind when you rap on beat or whatever, but I like to see it diverse, break it down a little bit. Like, you know, give me some bars on beat, but then come back and talk to him. When your whole round sounds like it was written to a beat. You know what I mean? I know that's the Philly style or the Philly flow.
Style.
Yeah, but
even Ron do that.
Yeah, but he don't do it the whole round every round.
Yeah.
And that's what Enes does. I mean,
so you don't like Enes? Just in
I'm not saying that. I just don't.
I mean, as a person, like you don't like his style.
I mean, believe it or not, I actually like his style because I like that he shows he can rap, but I just wish he would be a little bit more diverse sometimes. You know, and the other thing that the one thing I really don't like about him sometimes is the fact that he is basically when he writes his bars like he's rhyming. Like a lot of time, half the time he's talking about himself. He's not even talking about his opponent. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm fly, I'm this and this, I'm right. Yeah, I got.
But you know what though? After watching like, if you watch Mad like Ground Zero, Proving Ground battles, or Mad just like battles between two people who got the same style and mad stick arms waving and stuff like that. Sometimes it's a breath of fresh air to hear the Enes's, the bill collectors, the passes, the sleeves.
Right.
You know
And that's why I said I appreciate it. I like it, but it just like I would sometimes I want it a little bit broken up. I just want to if I want to hear a song, All right, so I go on Spotify.
So getting into this battle, I saw Ness, I believe. No, Pass went first. I like the like leave you laid out on Mass Ave for coming to Mass Average. If you know Mass Ave in Boston, that's like a main street.
Right.
It's like saying
I figured that.
Saying Lenox Ave.
Right. I figured that when the crowd went crazy, but I'm like, it makes sense.
And Enes, like, it's so funny because like as I'm typing out the bars. And he said, like, you gay, you fuck dudes from San Francisco. I'm like, I don't want to type this because out of the context of him, like, dancing and boogieing and saying it sounds weak. So I tweeted out, and I'm reading it, and I'm, like, reading it in his voice. And I'm like, oh, yeah, people were like, like, what'd he say? Hennessy and Hypno. You from Oakland, but you go fuck dudes from San Francisco. Yo, this shit is mad funny. I know you probably like, yo, that's not bars.
No, I like. Believe it or not, I liked it. I thought he was doing good. I thought Enes was clean all 3 rounds. You know what I mean? You know, like I said, despite my bias, I don't have a bias. I know I have a preference, but that doesn't mean like I'm just gonna ignore the fact of how good a round is or how clean he came or whatever the case may be. That's just my preference, and I can separate my preference from what. What is generally accepted or understood or what is understood.
I think I kind of thought Enes snapped in the first round. Like he had mad like I don't know if this was in his first round, but he was like, "Cameraman, I'm about to take a pose." And he like,
I think that if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the second when he got down.
So like I just feel like he was snapping in the beginning, and Paz warmed up a little slow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But this is why it's difficult with someone like Ines. Because if someone don't like none of the acting out, dancing, or just Philly style bars, they're gonna be like, oh, if you listen, Pass was way more of a lyricist. But sometimes I'm looking at it. You can look at it mad lyrical. You can look at it as a stage presence, charisma thing. Or you could just look at it regularly as a battle and take it moment by moment, round by round, step by step.
But you know what though? One thing I realized is that when I force people, you know how you bring in people who not really battle rap fans or whatever, and you get them to watch stuff. Yeah. I realized that people who are not necessarily battle rap fans, whenever they watch Ines, they seem to like him better. Just probably because they just used to.
It make you smile.
Sing some.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when a nigga is going mad deep, your brain ain't used to thinking in triple entendres and shit. You be like, I guess he's killing it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel when my friends that don't watch it.
Right. But he's. I mean, I liked him. I thought he was good. And then was it Pass choked in the second?
Yeah, his second fucked up his whole battle.
He choked badly.
Yeah, he choked for mad long. Pause. And then
You know what I think about Pass though? Huh? I feel like Pass, I don't know if he just doesn't have the passion that he used to have, because I feel like the old Pass would have just freestyled and came up with something.
Nah, because I feel like, I feel like that's a misconception. Like once the written era started really kicking in heavy, I feel like a lot of the dudes that was used to freestyling, like once you're in the mind, like if you're ever in a battle and you're in the, it's just happened to me, you're in the mindset of spitting something written, and you have like a 3 and you forget it or whatever, you got like a little 3-second moment, but it feels like a half a second.
Right.
You got a 3-second moment where you have to decide in your head, I'm either going to attempt to remember it or I'm going to freestyle. Right. Because once you attempt to remember it and then you can't, and
you dedicate yourself to that.
Then you have 10 feelings that come in your head. Oh damn. Oh, I think maybe I can skip this part. Maybe, and you can see it on the.
But I'm talking about I'm not talking about in general. I'm talking about previous battles that I see with people like Pass and Caustic. Like when they get it, to me, they've always been in the past quick with just coming up with a rebuttal on the spot. But I feel
freestyle. Like that's been in the middle of like them killing it and then tossing it in. It's different when in your brain you having like a meltdown. Because you can even think like, oh, I'm about to freestyle, but you might be like, yo, I was about to say the hardest shit ever. Let me take an extra moment to get it back.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. He definitely had a meltdown. I've never seen him pull out his phone, and he pulled out the phone.
But in his now, I can't really defend pulling out phones in battles. But what I can say is once he pulled out his phone, he remembered the rest of the verse immediately. Of course. So it's like I see people pull out the phone and be like, still mess up 3 more times. So I'm saying like if the phone is what he needed to do, maybe he should have just immediately pulled out the phone. You know what I'm saying? They can edit that part out or something.
Yeah, I hope they don't edit that out. I mean, that's just what happened. That's right, because Cicero did that, right? Didn't he do that? And kept choking.
Who you said who?
Cicero. Yeah. Second battle back out in Philly or whatever.
And I think it was.
Was it Bishop Bagrante or somebody he was battling?
Oh yeah,
it was.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But yeah, man. I mean, Ines won the battle, and then in the third round, I thought he actually had a really dope round. And this nigga Ines said, in high school I would have made you do my classwork. I'm old now, so when I bop,
my back hurt. Oh yeah. That was that was his hardest line to me. A lot of people didn't catch that one either, but I thought that was. I like that one.
I think Ines.
He was consistent all 3 rounds. He had a good.
Maybe I give Pass the third, but it's a situation where like Pass lost. Like even if you thought Pass won the first round and the third. He lost. Like the choke was like
it was like too big of a choke.
In the middle of the battle, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was too big of a choke. So I say 2-1 Ines or just Ines 1, whichever one you want to hear.
Yeah, I went with Ines 1. I thought all 3 of his were clean.
Now a battle I knew was gonna be dope before it even happened was Ill Will versus Illmac. And
Pass did have a crazy line in the third with that whole "you the only one dying in this." The only one dying in this mass shooting.
Oh yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy at the end. That was hard. So yeah, maybe give him the third.
Yeah, I was saying Ill Will and Illmac. I knew it was gonna be dope. It just had, you can tell certain battles is like if nothing else is good, this one's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. I feel like Illmac is in this weird place where like coming into to this era, you have Ilmac and Thesaurus, and because of certain battles, Ilmac don't get the respect that he deserves. It's like people just try to act like it left a stain on his life or his legacy. When there's other battlers who died terrible deaths, you know what I'm saying, and people act like they never happened.
Right.
When in the meantime, Ilmac has been killing some of them same people.
Right.
3 O's. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, he's
so
a lot of people.
But I think that Ill Will is like a good, respectable opponent that, you know, another audience will blend into to see that he's still getting his rocks up. Because I think he's a legend, and I think he has one of the best pens in battle rap history.
Who, Ill Will?
Ilmac. Yeah, and I think
and
he should
people,
be respected.
he beat A-Verb. He beat
I
A-Verb.
think so.
And people.
Oh, A-Verb said Ilmac beat him.
Yeah.
He just made a Facebook post.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, he beat A-Verb, and people can, you know, count him as being Mount Rushmore, top 4, top 5.
Thing, yeah.
So, I mean, he's definitely in the conversation.
So Ill Will, I mean, I feel like if you didn't think he was solidified after you saw the math battle, he had to be like. I mean, Ill Will just had like 18 moments where he re-solidified himself over and over again.
Right.
His crowning moment to me is the B Magic battle. That's like the greatest moment ever. To when people like try to play Ill Will, I'll be like, bro, watch the.
My favorite low key is the beginning with
Johnny Alcatraz.
Johnny Alcatraz, yeah, when he talked to his tongue ring.
But anyway, so Ill Will, who went? No, Ilmac went first.
Wait, Ilmac went first?
Hold on, now you got me. Oh yeah, Ill Will did go first.
That's what I thought.
Because he was doing the Ilmac impression.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does the Logic Pro Tools. I'm too different software. And let's talk about Ill Will's T-shirt. Because this is a part of the battle.
Okay, that was the first thing we noticed when it came up. Yeah,
I'm like, what is on his shirt?
I thought it was a not Rugrats. Rugrats.
You know,
Rugrats.
Dog.
Oh yeah, I said Cat Dog. I
Cat
couldn't
Dog
see what
shirt.
it was.
Then I started seeing Rugrats. Then I started seeing Hey Arnold. So you had a Nickelodeon collage shirt on, and I'm like, oh, that's dope. But like, why'd you wear that? You just gave somebody 99 bars to feel like doing it.
Right. But he had a good rebuttal for that though.
Yeah. Well. First of all, Ilmac, the first thing out his mouth in the first round was your style's just like your shirt, old school, just a bunch of character. That's it.
Yeah.
That was hard.
Right.
That was hard. Ilmac's whole first round.
But at the same token, I didn't really think that was that bad. If somebody had just a bunch of character, what's wrong with that? That's not really that.
No, I just think it was like a hot line. It went exactly like what he said. Went exactly like the shirt. It was old school, had a lot of characters, and that's it.
Yeah, but he just complimented him. He said, "Hey, Ill Will, you got a lot of character.
Compliment.
You got." I mean, it made sense, but
old schools are this.
Oh, okay.
Old school.
Okay. All right.
Date night. You going out with a couple in the third, Will. I thought that was dope.
All right.
My favorite line of Ilmac's first was beam to him like passing through a prism. I'm exposing his true colors. You don't know what a prism is or colors are. Sorry. We're not going to break that down. Ill Will second. First thing he says, my daughter got me this shirt, bitch. Everybody started laughing.
So who you think won the first?
Ilmac.
And then who you thought won the second?
Ill Will.
I know going into the third I had them 1-1. I think I had them the reverse than you though.
Yeah. I think I want to point this out because I feel like there's certain times in life, like certain characters or whatever, that people will forget, and I think this crosses both our generations.
Right.
When and I think there's certain references that as soon as people make, you sold me on the bar.
Right.
When Ill Will said Dick Tracy, I was like, yes, that's my man, Dick Tracy. What was the line? I've been crazy. Like something because I've been in the trenches. Like Dick Tracy. That's my man's Dick Tracy. His yellow ass detective coat. The line you like when Ill Will says Arsenal killed you, I'll take Mac out the bag and put him in the box like I'm going through.
Right.
You was going crazy. I do that every weekend. You know what I mean? But you don't have. I got the Mac. I'll pop him I'll pop him then toss the calico in the lake without.
Oh yeah. Without the air holes. What he said? What he say with the holes?
I don't even hear
more air holes or something. Yeah, I can't remember. Also.
And then my favorite, even though I'm the most like previous generation of battle rap defender, I can't lie. The funniest line of the battle when Ill Will was like, "Nigga, the nigga who invented Scribble Jam."
I remember Scribble Jam. Yeah, that was hard. That was in the first though, right?
No, it was second. That was
the
second round. I think the coldest bar of Illmac second round, even though I think Ill Will got it, was when he said, "Ask him if he got a call from Smack yet." He started acting like the Fresh Prince episode when his dad.
Yeah. That was cold.
That was probably the most like retweeted and quoted bar of that round.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope because everybody remember that.
Third round, Ill Will has a whole angle about A Ward being about to beat up Illmac, and it just sounds hilarious.
I'm eager because I don't even know who you picked on this. I'm eager to know who you picked on this.
Oh, you don't know who I picked?
Nah.
All right. First of all, I just thought of something mad random from another battle. We already passed it, but when Quest said you look like the old ass Papoose, when Remy Ma left him, I was crying. But anyway, back to this battle. So
all 3 rounds he talked about A Ward. Then he
mentioned it, but in the third it was just funnier.
Right.
I don't remember all the bars he said.
He was saying something about he flipped A Ward. Yeah. It was for a draw with A Ward. Yeah, for a draw to flip the name backwards and what else he said? He just had a few. He had a few bars about him, but he was going crazy. And he said he was in A Ward's church, looking at the.
I don't remember. Yeah, I can't remember.
He killed them so hard that he went to A Ward's church.
Oh yeah. Yo. So I mean, like, I don't want you to think, because for people listening to this that haven't seen the battles yet, or even if you have watched them, I don't want y'all to think that like because I said like it was a close battle the whole time. To me, Illmac and Ill Will in the first and second rounds interchangeably just said definitive things that made them get the round. But in the third, I think what set up Illmac beautifully to end the battle was he came out with 3 of them things. Shouted out Chef Trez and everything. And Ill Will was kind of like playing the race card.
And he had a mid-round rebuttal too.
That's what Ill Will said in the second round when he was like, you want to say nigga so bad. and he was saying how Illmac be rapping. He was like, I'm popping the trigger. I'm getting the figures because I rock with my. And then he just throw the piece of paper, ball up the piece of paper and throw it away. That joint was funny the way he put it together, but Illmac just the race angle was kind of thin. If I drop an N-bomb, it would be nitrogen.
Right.
That was hard. He said I got a ghostwriter because no one alive can write like me. And we left this out, but Ill Will said he had a ghostwriter if you couldn't figure it out. But this was my favorite line of this round is when you like the movie where Bruce Willis ended his own future by killing his own looper. Will is his own shooter.
Oh, okay.
You never seen Looper?
No, I didn't see that. I didn't get that reference.
Bruce Willis.
Well, I mean, I know it now. I mean, I know it now. But at the time, I didn't get that. I didn't get that whole. I never saw it.
I didn't even remember it was Bruce Willis, but I remember watching the movie. That line was hard. Then
we had Geechee Gotti. He was in everybody's battle.
Oh yeah, and then because when I call my shooter, Geechee Gotti, nigga, my phone rings.
Yeah,
there you go with that.
I didn't dig that whole scheme that much. I think like the first 1 or 2 parts to it, I was cool with it.
You talking about the Geechee Gotti part?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, all right, let's talk about that kind of stuff. So I feel like when you're in a battle and you do something risky or you do something people might not like, at least like get through the bulk of your round first and just be like, all right, I threw something extra in there, and if it don't work, you can laugh it off.
But this is my thing. I guess so it started off, it was okay. Then it started getting kind of dry. Just that scheme I'm talking about. So,
I don't remember the whole scheme.
I don't remember the whole thing either. But I'm just talking about as far as the scheme where he said that it was his shooter. You know what I mean? That his phone rings because it was his shooter. So I guess like the first 2 lines I got it. But then when he started dragging it out, I was like, he's dragging this out way too long. But he ended it with Geechee when Geechee jumped in and happened to have. That was kind of crazy though. He happened to have Ill Will's phone.
Oh,
that made it.
Yeah,
that made it kind of crazy to go with the bar. But it was like a long part in that that whole scheme when I was like, he's dragging this out way too long. Yeah, and that's just my opinion.
Well, yeah, and then I mean, I had Ilmac 2-1.
Ilmac.
Yeah, okay. I thought Ilmac won the first and the third.
Okay, I had the other Ill.
Word?
Yep.
I think it was close, and what them freestyle rebuttals was the biggest reaction of the whole
I can
battle.
see that. I can see that.
That's what put it over the top for me.
Because
it wasn't like, oh, I'm gripping the metal when I'm gripping the metal.
Mm-hmm.
You said this. It wasn't like that. It was like specific on the spot. It's like he was like, all right, and wrote him in his head.
Right, and he had a mid round one too that he kind of threw in there.
That. Don't forget the mid round rebuttal. I don't remember what it was, but don't forget that one too.
I could give that.
Look.
I don't know. I had to reevaluate that. I can
great
see.
battle.
I don't know. I can see it was a great battle. I liked Ill Will.
It was like a battle of the year. This shit was crazy, but it was like a really good battle.
I liked Ill Will, but I can see how I might have to reevaluate that one because he went crazy in the third.
You're saying Ilmac won, so just,
we
polls say Ilmac 2-1, 54%. Ill Will 2-1, 27%.
See, it's pretty even. So
everybody knows. You know what I mean? Now. The first battle that I don't know if we're gonna be arguing about this.
Charron
and Rum Nitty, man. Now, first of all, my whole stand going into this battle, I haven't tweeted or whatever. My whole stance on Charron is that he is one of the best battle rappers of all time, and it sounds crazy.
Of all time?
Yes.
Okay.
And it sounds crazy because he's so geeky, or his voice. That people, as soon as he start rapping, hey yo, people like get this out of here. You know what I'm saying? But like, look at his resume. His resume isn't just like, oh, I battled. It's like I 2-1'd him definitively. I 3-0'd him definitively, and his whole list is like the who's who of battle rap.
Right.
The only definitive loss that I thought Charron really had that I was like, nah, he got handled. Nah, was he ain't battle Disaster. Was Past Day.
I mean, that's what I meant.
Past Day
for the title.
Yeah, and I thought that was the only one where I was like, damn. But then again, some people think Charron won.
That's what I was about to say. I kind of thought he won, but I know his whole third round had gotten blown out of the water when he wasn't allowed to have his prop or his prop person or whatever the case may be with that. So I thought even with that, I thought he still did a great job, and I personally thought he had won, and then so when they said that Past Day won,
I thought Past Day won.
I thought he.
The way he wrote was too. But this ain't about Past Day.
Okay, let's get it back.
But also, I want to say that Rum Nitty, he's one of the probably top 5 battlers just actively right now. Consistently brings the same shit to every battle.
He's another one. Just had a battle last week though.
Right, but I'm not worried about him fucking up. He writes differently. He's a different type of person. But I think that like I put out a list of like. It's like 15 names or something, maybe 10 names of the people I thought was the best lyricists in battle rap history, and I didn't put Rum Nitty's name on it. And people were like, yo, this list is fire, but where's Rum Nitty? Like people was bothering me
and
about
the best
this shit,
battle rappers in history?
Yeah, lyricists. Just specifically just
I can
lyricists.
see that.
But I was trying to explain that I believe between being a versatile all-around lyricist and a master of punchlines, to me, is 2 different things. I think when you are a master lyricist, you can punchline on a big level. But like people like B Magic, Rum Nitty, I don't think they're like their specialty specifically is like a 10 day.
I don't know, but Rum Nitty had one of the coldest lines ever I've ever heard. That whole nose running, I'm coming down with something. That's one of the hardest lines ever in battle rap.
Yeah, but like, all right, so.
Hardest, and not just hardest, clever.
Yeah, but there's a difference between all right when Lux battled Young Miles and what Rum Nitty does. I'm not saying either one is better, but there's a difference, right? Or what Lux does consistently.
I was about to say what Lux does and everybody else in battle rap is a difference.
Nah, but like okay, there's a difference between what Chilla does and what Rum Nitty does.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a different type of like. Here's another thing too. I feel
he's more of a he's like B Magic. He's more of a simile metaphor person. This is like this. This is like this. This is like this. This is.
But I also think that like a punchline is like offense in a rap battle, right? And when you only punch, you throwing the craziest Muhammad Ali punches, but you're not playing defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I feel like there's a certain level of defense. I don't even want to make this all about Rum Nitty, but this was my mindset going into it, right? That Charron is just one of the most dangerous battle rappers because he be saying some crazy shit. Mm-hmm. And like I feel like when the battle happens, everyone's like ooh and ah. Then after they're like, man, Charron, but he's nice.
Well, let me ask this. First of all, he came out in a suit. Now I thought that was gonna play into some sort of.
No, he just felt like wearing a
angle. Or something.
He just rap.
That it play into anything.
Maybe he getting money and just wanna switch it up.
Okay, so let's talk. So the first round. So first thing he did was he came in. He said that I guess he said Ron turned himself.
No, he said I didn't turn my back on battle rap like that.
Right.
He's just taking shots. He just throwing out shots because he also said I hold the block down like Big K on Twitter.
Right. But did Ron say that he was retiring or something? I mean, I just saw Ron last week. I
don't know if he said he's retiring. But he worked for what's that sports? Barstool Sports. Uh-huh. So he's doing a whole nother different thing right now. Okay. So if he's inactive, perfect time to take shots because Ron's fan base is way bigger now.
Right.
It's 18 times bigger than it was before. Okay. So
I thought I was missing something. I don't know.
Nah, it wasn't that serious.
Okay.
A great bar I thought Charron said when he said, "Call me racist isn't a great style." I still think Lotto beat Rabbit in 8 Mile. That's like the best like shut up white boy joint I heard because that's something a lot of people say, and I never heard nobody like bring it up.
Actually, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Charron dissed everybody in that joint. He said it's not a car collision when these angry fans cost you an arm and a leg. He was just saying all type of shit.
I didn't get that, but was Angry Fan
was in a car accident.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Recently?
And he showed like a crazy picture of his leg and stuff like that.
Oh, damn. This is recently?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's taking shots at get well soon, Angry Fan. Caps. So he was dissing everybody. Just you know how Charron does.
Right.
Rum Nitty's first round. How'd you get bodied in body? Buddy love. You know what I mean? And I got 2 Ks, but I ain't trying to pass the sticks. I'm a sore loser. You Tommy Pickles in the face ass gonna make me pull up with the tool out. That shit, I threw the phone when he said that. And you looked at me like, Tommy Pickleball? No, he got on pull-ups. And his tool, he was unlocking the playpen. Come on, man. I heard Tommy Pickles bars before. Shout out John, but the pull-up brought new life to Tommy Pickles to me. I know you ain't like that, but I like it. 2 Smiths, I shoot them at will like Gemini, man. People were going crazy over that bar.
That's another line that people, Smiths and Will, and I will Smith them and Smith will. It's starting to get old too.
You know something I looked over is Charron had a line where he was talking about. He said something about Tom Brady and the let it ring in the other hand, and he said some Patriot shit. Yeah, and people was retweeting it saying, "Yo, Rum Nitty is the craziest lyricist," and I was like, "No, Charron said that." People started deleting their tweets. You know what I'm saying? But he said whatever Charron said was hard.
Why don't people just like Charron? Like just because you're saying because he's nerdy and
listen. You know what? This is how I honestly feel about, especially when it comes to black people that watch URL and only react to the street bars like in Charron. I think if you are insecure with yourself and you can't allow yourself to have fun or be funny or to laugh at cartoon bars about Tommy Pickles or whatever, and you not going to like Charron because you're going to feel like he's bringing down like your gangster that's not.
So you said people like XL that have a problem with fun.
Oh. You know, it's funny. He probably likes Charron. That's the funny part about it. Yeah. But yeah, no, I feel like when I see people like, oh, Charron's trash, I'm like, you the type of nigga that like watch Dragon Ball Z all night and go to URL battle and boo niggas.
Right. Well, I mean, Charron was killing it. I mean, he was doing his thing, I thought.
And He's killing it. He kills it most of the time.
B Magic. I mean, I was gonna say B Magic.
Rum Nitty.
Although he kind of raps like B Magic sometimes. He was coming with a lot of, I guess, movie bars. I guess that was the whole thing, that he was just coming with movie bars. Half the movies I hadn't seen, so it wasn't.
We said that in the second round. Okay. He said it in the second round. I'm about to spit mad movie bars,
which he had been already, and in the third he still was doing it. Like so, I mean, don't get me wrong, it probably good, but he was. I feel like even a lot of the movies that he was referring to were like more the Caucasian, movies. I guess because he felt like he was in Boston, so let me get some movies that they might have seen or whatever.
You know what was crazy? The two things that I skipped over is where Rum Nitty was like, "Oh, they say I'm going to King of the Dot. Are you gonna show out for the white folks? I will gracefully." I thought that was hard. You know what's funny? For somebody who I thought was about to say Rum Nitty won, you don't like none of his bars in this battle.
Nah, this was not my favorite Rum Nitty battle.
I thought he did dope.
He did okay, but this is not my favorite. This is not my favorite Rum Nitty battle. I felt like I'm a spoiler alert. I felt like Charron won.
Okay,
Charron was, and I thought maybe because he had a lot on his plate dealing with the 2-on-2 last week.
I don't think it was. I think he did what he does. I just think Charron comes with a different type of material. All right, this is what I think. I think Rum Nitty, when he battles someone like Av, right, this similar to him in the sense that it's just mad lines going to be coming out. It turns into a line for line contest, and you just get sucked into it. Like, oh, he said this, he said that. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like to you, it might look a little different because he's battling a different type of battler. You know what I'm saying?
No, he did good. I thought he did good. I thought he had a lot of hard lines. I'm not saying
dope,
that. Yeah. I just felt like Charron just came harder. That's all. I didn't feel like he did bad. I didn't think he did poor, but I didn't think it was like his best stuff or none of his best. I don't think it's one of his top 5 battles or worth of equipment. It wasn't one of his top 5 battles in bars or whatever.
Well, when you say that, and before we get off Rum Nitty versus Charron, Rum Nitty actually had one of the bars of the event in his 3rd round when he says, "I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, they can't stop my reign at the top. See what I did to Big K? Gave that ginger L's, and now you about to see this Canadian popped." Thought that was crazy.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. Oh, because of the Miss Jackson.
It was raining
in the video. Yeah.
Does Rum? Okay, I know you don't like the entendre.
I wasn't a big fan of that. It took me a second.
That's a setup bar though. That wasn't a punchline.
Oh. So you talking about the whole ginger?
Yeah, I gave you that ginger ales. Now you about to see this Canadian pop. I think the thing that people, this is so crazy that it sounded like I was gonna go against Rum Nitty and I'm defending him while I'm talking about the battle.
I thought it was. I'm saying I thought it was a good bar. But
you just didn't think it was crazy. Is there anything that Charron said that you thought was crazy?
I thought all in all, I know when he said the URL. He's UR is better without prep.
He's talking about freestyle.
Yeah. He's talking about freestyle.
URL better without prep. Yeah, I told you he was just dissing everybody in this.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I thought I just thought his was. It wasn't even that. I think he had said one thing that was just the craziest.
But you went crazy when he said
the Norbs list.
Run up in the air.
The Norbs list. When he said I'm on Forbes list, you on Norbs? You ain't even on Norbs list.
That was Charron though.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I thought Charron had some good bars and stuff all the way through, but I just thought his was more consistent. Not to say that Rum Nitty was bad or anything. He had some good bars. He had some good stuff, but I just felt like he even had more performance. One of the arguments against Rum Nitty is the fact that sometimes people say he don't perform much.
Performing lately.
Yeah, he been performing a lot. I felt like a little of his performance. It looked a little bit twerk-esque. Doing a lot of this. I don't know what that's called, but stirring the pot.
You said that in his 3rd round.
Yeah, I said that, but I noticed it all through. But mainly, in his 3rd round, I felt like he was doing that. I'm not trying to nitpick or whatever because I think he did good. It was just not one of my favorite performances from him. That's all I'm saying.
So who you have? Well, how'd you score the rounds?
I had Rum Nitty. No, I had Charron in the first. I think I gave Rum the second, and then had Charron winning all 3. Over the 3rd round. To
me, usually, people know, I have no problem picking winners. This battle's kind of difficult for me because I'm gonna give you an example. So, Rum Nitty said the Tommy Pickles line, which you didn't really like, and then Charron rebutted it. And he was like, "Oh, Tommy Pickles, I'm looking down on you kids, like Angelica." It's like when you just look at that line, it's like, but the moment of it and everybody going crazy, and it's like, "Oh, we get into a Rugrats rap off,"
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it's a freestyle, and she always looks down in the crib or whatever.
But I can see, even though I'm impressed by his ability to flip it really fast, I can see why a line like that isn't the greatest. You know what I'm saying? But then I like lines like Rum Nitty when he said the what he said, the gun up and the bicycle kick thing.
Rum Nitty.
Like,
He pretend like he was choking. No, that one. Yeah,
gun up, I'll run up in the air, bicycle kick.
Yeah. That was hard.
I thought that shit was crazy.
Right.
So I do.
And I like the other one he had. Well, I don't know the where he was pretending like he was choking.
I wasn't a fan of that one.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of pretending like you're joking. Like the same way you felt about what was the bars? And when we started the blog, what did you say? The bars that you don't want to hear no more?
Oh, defeat bars and
something else.
Aunt Viv bars.
Yeah, the Aunt Vivian.
Yeah.
How you feel about Aunt Vivian is how I feel about
the fake chokes.
The fake chokes, man.
Okay.
I mean, so one time a nigga's gonna say a defeat Aunt Vivian.
But you like
joke bow bar.
But you liked it last week when Lux did it.
Yeah, but it was different. I had to think about it. But you know what's funny?
Lux is doing the whole little robot thing, huh? Yeah.
No, that wasn't a choke though. That was a deactivation.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
everybody thought he was choking there.
So you said you had, real quick to bring this back, you said you had Charron 2-1.
Charron 2-1, yeah.
So looking at the poll, 52% got Rum 2-1.
Really?
Yeah, I think
a lot of that is I think a lot of that is just his popularity or whatever.
I think it's a really close battle, and I think that the polls should be looking very close. And I do think that because of Rum's popularity, people love him. He's like the most beloved. Him and Lux.
He's like
beloved people right now.
So it's like you got a grade on the curve when it comes to that. When you see him get way more than Charron, you got to like take 2 away.
You can't take votes away.
Yeah, I'm joking, but I'm just saying. But it's like I do understand, or I do realize the fact that a lot of people like are just gonna vote for him, but just because he is Rum Nitty. That's a lot of people's favorite rapper, and Charron is the guy that everybody loves to hate. You know, he's like the heel. Right. You know what I mean? People are always gonna root against him. There's certain people are always gonna root against him, no matter how dope he is. People just root against him, and that's just what you got to accept.
But I just feel like, just to go back to what I was talking about in the beginning, I don't want y'all to think I was saying Rum Nitty isn't a great lyricist. I'm just saying he chooses to rap in punchlines, and he's a master of that style. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like, some people don't want to go personal or don't want to flip and do this shit. Right. They just want to go to the battle and spit the dopest one-liners and punchlines they can think of. And I think that's him.
But that's like, dope though. To me, if you come and you do that straight all the way through,
I think it's dope. But I'm just saying that's one skill.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So, it's not a variety of skills.
Yeah. That's what he chooses. So it's not a knock against him. It's just me observing that that's what he's doing.
Right.
You know
so in your opinion, so when he battles against somebody who has more variety, because that was not to keep bringing up Summer Impact, but that was my thing about last week with Summer Impact, where you had the DNA and you had the NWX verse every bar counts EFB. You had those two guys, and the same exact thing happened with Tay Rock, Cake Life, what was it called, Cake Gang or whatever they were called, against Lux and Hollow and Lux or whatever. Because what happens is in both of those matches, you had people who coming with bar after bar after bar after bar, and they were flawless, as well as people who had more of an all-around battle.
I'm an all-around person, but I do think Rum Nitty's a little special in the sense that, like, so for instance, when Ill Will battled B Magic, right? Mm-hmm. That was just like B Magic. Like I said, punchlines is all offense. Mm-hmm. He had no defense for what Ill Will was doing.
Right.
So even though like his punchlines was better, it didn't matter in that situation. Rum Nitty, when he gets pulled into situations, it doesn't really look like that. It looked like he makes it more about his lines.
Right.
I don't know how he does it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's not a knock against him. I mean, because at the same time, I feel like when people try to get out their comfort zone and do too much, it make them look weird. Like, bro, they booked you to do this, just do that. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a catch-22. But at the same time, just going back to that battle, I don't know. I felt like they both was hard, and it was just like so much different type of stuff going on. I would have to sit down and think about that a little more before I gave an official decision. And I never do that. I always pick a winner. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. But
I didn't like that with Charron. I didn't like that whole what is that move he did, the basketball move or whatever. Then he had to.
Oh, he tried to do like a shotgun shook dunk.
Yeah.
And he was like,
I didn't think that came off.
The white boy in Boston dunking on him like Gordon Hayward.
I don't think that came off as well as he would have liked it. Then he had that little jump shot, and you could tell he don't play ball. Like,
he did say that. I knew he didn't play ball without seeing him play ball. You know what I'm saying? But going on to the next one, we got Big K and Geechee Gotti. Going into it, Big K is the type of person that I feel like only gets motivated when like he really want to battle somebody. And I figured that like Big K always talks the street shit. So who better than Geechee Gotti, the master of the whole street shit? You know what I'm saying? I thought that if Big K was on point, like going into it, he was gonna be hard for Geechee to handle because he's one of those people that, in addition to having crazy punchlines, he's good at painting pictures and telling stories and I won't say scheme, but just angling. Like he takes good angles. So yeah, that first round, Big K went crazy. I stuffed that flag up your nose.
Oh yeah, double did. Yeah, that was hard.
That was crazy.
That was hard. That was probably his hardest line.
Talking about you from Nutty Block. In that video, you just looking like a treetop pyro. Yo, and then he said, "Now I know a bunch of y'all gonna say that's gay." Pause. And Big K said some shit like, he was like, "You remember your first blowjob? What it tastes like, pussy." And there's certain lines that people are gonna be like, "Oh, I'm insecure. Oh, that's gay. Pause. No homo." But then there's one that's like,
yeah, but he didn't say it about himself, though. He said it about him.
I know, but anytime you bring up male genitalia, and anything, people, oh, it's gay, and want to run under the table. You know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck all that. That shit was hard. You know what I mean? That was like, it was one of them like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Big K's first round was crazy.
There's no way Geechee was winning the first round.
And then Geechee had that. Well, he had the line. He was reaching a little bit with the "cuz neck your chin" or something like that. He said,
"Yeah, he
cuz neck chin." I was like,
he said, "See this 9 here? I came up with it like an idea." And people like, man, I hated that line. Yeah. So I think Geechee's first round, even though I like this bar, he was like extendo, take 30. This is a lunch break. I like that line, but he said, "I'll knock the mayonnaise out of him." I knocked the mayonnaise out of him. So many holes, they try to make a back page out of him. I did like that bar too. But Big K, just so y'all understand at home, Big K like went crazy, like vintage Big K. When he started rapping, I was like, yo, this is like one of his best performances in a couple years.
Right.
So second round.
Until the second round. Of course.
But Geechee's second was hard. So Geechee. Oh, this is his second. The mayonnaise was in the second. Yeah, this was Geechee's second.
When he was like, I pull up on K with the mask, the Green Hornet line or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was hard.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
He couldn't get beat worse if Nas picked him.
That was hard too. I
don't agree with everyone who says Nas got the worst beats.
There's a couple albums that I was highly disappointed with Nas because I was like, I thought that was me thing, but apparently a lot of people feel that way. So okay. Then he had the Scooby Doo with these meddling kids.
Yeah, and he said, "I don't care if you with the fam, I'm shooting you. Run up and put the meddling kids."
Right,
Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
If you don't get that, you too young. It doesn't. I'm not explaining it. But Geechee's second was hard. Like my first battle was at the Bunker. We in Boston. We should have battled at Bunker Hill. I'm from Massachusetts once again. You can't.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you get who you gave the first round to?
What? Big K.
Big K, yeah.
Knockout. Yo, I'm telling you, Big K's first round was so crazy that he almost knocked Geechee just out the battle. Geechee almost had.
I didn't think it was. I mean, I thought it was great, but I don't know about knocking him out the battle.
This
like,
shit is devastating.
Come on, man.
Yo, that shit was devastating.
I thought it was a good round. I thought he won. I don't know about that. Like he knocked Geechee out in the first round. Come on,
was
man.
Devastating.
Come on, you're exaggerating a little bit.
There's no way.
It's what you call hyperbole. It was good. It was great.
It was devastating.
Yeah, I don't know about devastating, but it was a great round. It was a great round.
Taylor tackled Joe Namath and his leg broke.
It broke his
devastating.
That wasn't Joe Namath. That was who was that?
From the Redskins.
The Redskins. Yeah, that wasn't Joe Namath. Joe Namath was with the Jets. Yeah,
the old white quarterback with a broken leg. Second round, Big K, Hammerheads had more bodies on it than a tanning bed. Then he had this scheme where he said like the Sleepy Brown and all that.
Mm-hmm.
How it went, but I couldn't even quote that because it was too much. But that was hard. And I think at the conclusion of the second round, I think Big K. I mean, Geechee definitely won that. But
Of
see,
course.
it
Didn't
was one of
Big
them
the Big
things-
K kind of stumbled in the second round?
No, he didn't. Not in the second.
Oh, okay. What's the third?
So, just so you understand, so even though I had a 1-1 in my head, the first round is like a 10-8 Big K, and the second round is like a 10-9 Geechee Gotti.
Okay.
Then the third round, Big K choked, man.
Yeah, right. That was the third.
Yeah. I will say before he choked though, this nigga said, I don't know what the line was, but he said like a creepy crawler oven. And everybody was going crazy. He said something with the bugs, like a creepy crawler oven. And I was like, yo, I've never heard nobody say the words creepy crawler oven since like 1991.
What was that, like a toy or something? Or?
You don't remember creepy crawlers? It was some
I remember creepy crawlers. I don't know what creepy crawler oven.
Fam, it was some little gummy things that look like fucking
Look like,
spiders.
yeah,
and
they look
worms
like
and
gummy
shit.
bears or whatever.
Yeah, but they had an oven where you bake them in like mud pies and shit like that. Nigga said a creepy crawler oven.
And what was the lie? What was the bug?
I don't know, but
Oh.
I just heard bug, and then he said like a creepy crawler oven, and niggas was like, woo,
Nah, I didn't catch that one. I ain't gonna lie.
creepy crawlers. I remember that shit. Geechee's third. We skipped around because Big K went
Oh,
second.
yeah. When he was
but
talking about he
Geechee's third.
went to jail, came home in 3 weeks.
Oh yeah. Geechee said a lot of shit.
Came back like Geechee
like,
home.
like niggas, the niggas like him will
Uh-huh.
understand and just be like, he got a lot of brownie points for jail stories. But I think the definitive line of Geechee Gotti's third round is when he had said,
Everybody sound like Charlie Brown's teacher
oh,
when
no,
the
that
gun
was
in their
all-
mouth.
He's like, yeah, everyone sound like Charlie Brown teacher with a gun in their mouth. But the definitive line to me was it's like
That Minuteman
It's like I
line?
go to the cemetery because those are the only niggas I can trust.
Oh yeah.
That line was like the most retweeted line of the night
Okay.
that everybody said. So yeah, at the end of the day, because of that choke, you had to give it 2-1 to Geechee.
Right.
There's no
And,
way.
and Geechee was hard that third round.
Yeah, but do you see anybody like it sucks because Big K, well, first of all, if he had one more round like his first round, I don't think Geechee would have won. His
Right.
first round was devastating.
That third was kind of short.
Yeah, I think Big K's second was short. When you kept asking me like, didn't he choke? I think his second was like
short,
35,
real short. Okay.
45 seconds shorter
Okay.
than we had anticipated. Yeah, so the last battle of the night was the title match. Chilla Jones versus Real Deal. I'm not like, I'll talk about it round for round, but I'm not gonna quote every line for this one because I just want to like talk about it.
Right.
But Chilla Jones' first round, I thought him and Big K had maybe the best rounds of the night. Like Chilla Jones' first round was crazy. Like whatever your favorite Chilla Jones battle is, his first round, I think it's lineup.
Yeah, when I heard his first round, I was like, you're not gonna be able to beat Chilla in Boston.
I was like, oh, like real deal. Like I thought when Big K went first and when Chilla went first, they just ended their battles. That was my feeling in that time.
Right.
Then Real Deal's first was second round, Chilla Jones was dope, Real Deal was dope, and I think that's when the argument started setting in, where I was like, well, I think I asked you this, where I was like, well, if you think Chilla won the first 2 rounds, battle is over.
Yeah, I thought he won the first 2 rounds. That was my opinion.
If you thought Real Deal won the second round, he didn't, like, it was obvious Chilla Jones smoked the first round. I was like, he didn't even do it by a large enough amount.
Right.
So for Real Deal to win, his third is going to have to be crazy. Right? So then Real Deal's third. And I really want to talk about this. Now, Real Deal, he's a single dad. He dealt with the loss of his sister somewhat recently. And his pops is going through stuff right now. And you know, every time somebody got something personal going on, well, not every time, but there's big battles that we all know the names where they just showed up and were ass. You know what I mean? And in his first 2 rounds, I felt like Real Deal wasn't himself. But I'm like thinking as a fan, like he probably had to force himself to write. You know what I mean? But his third round, he did something that I don't think a lot of people have the courage to do. He talked about what he was going through with his father being in the ER right now, and like how he doesn't want to eat no more, and like all this other stuff, and the way he rapped about it, he like. He wasn't like, forget this battle. Let me talk about my dad. It was like bars in it too, and people were like, so you feeling the story and reacting to his bars he's saying at the same time. And it's not like it wasn't that the whole round wasn't like that. It was like a section in the middle.
It was a major part of the round though, and with his father and with him talking about his whole situation with his family since he's been in battle rap.
I low-key thought that was amazing,
and
everything. It might make more battle rappers try to do what he did instead of. Like just not preparing and showing up. Cause I'm thinking like,
I mean, a lot of people do that. Oops did that against Daylight.
Yeah.
People do that. And my only thing is that while it was good and it was heartfelt, I damn near started to cry myself. But the when you go back and you add it up and say, okay.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about Chilla's third round.
Okay, let's talk about it.
So, but Real Deal's third round was great. I thought it was incredible just because the emotion that came out of him when he did it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wasn't like clocking it line for line at 2 minutes. He fell off a little.
Right.
I was just like, damn, that shit was powerful.
Right.
That's how I felt about his third. Then Chilla goes. I felt like maybe the first quarter to half of his third round was kind of dry. Then his second half was fire.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, after the battle was over and they deliberate with the judges, I'm like, I thought Chilla Jones won, but I didn't know how much they were going to take into account Real Deal's third, but I didn't really think Chilla Jones wouldn't win.
Yeah, in my opinion, I thought that, this is my opinion, not to knock what the judges did or said or whatever. In my opinion, I was thinking that, to me, it seemed pretty clear the first round, second round went to Chilla Jones. And then the third round, I was almost like, look, I didn't think that Real Deal, and I like Real Deal. I'm not one of these people that's like, oh, I don't like him. Oh, he's a white boy. Nah, I like, one of my favorite battles is with Real Deal, with him versus B Magic. Craziest battle, one of the craziest battles of all time.
One of the best.
Yeah.
Angle
And I think he won that battle. So I mean, I think he's dope. But in this particular one, when I was at the third round, I was like, as good as what he said was, it wasn't directed towards Chilla Jones. You know what I mean? And I was like, yeah, it was heartfelt. Yeah, it's like one of these struggle rounds or whatever, but I don't think he beat Chilla. But I said, maybe I'll just give him the third round just because it was so heartfelt and so deep. I definitely didn't think that he was going to win. You know what I mean?
Nah, I was surprised that he won.
I was surprised that I kept hearing people say that this is the best battle for, what is this, battle for the chain ever, the best championship battle ever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't think so.
It's top five.
It's top five. It's top five. But you got to realize a lot of those battles were like really lopsided. A lot of the battles for the chains is just like, it wasn't like there was a lot of classics going on there.
Well, that's probably why people were so fast to say it, because the battle was closer than.
That's true.
It was closer than the last 19 title defenses. You know what I'm saying?
But like I said, I thought Rome versus Head Ice was close. I thought that was a good battle. I like
my favorite. It was Past Day versus Charron. That was my favorite.
Right. I was just about to say that I like that battle too as well.
And then Arcane versus Bender is like an old classic.
Old classic. Yeah.
I gave it. I thought Chilla Jones won the first two rounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I agree. I can agree with that.
And
I think he won all three, but I mean, hey. You know what I'll say though?
Huh?
I would say that Chilla Jones was a really good sport because a lot of people were booing, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were booing, and he was just like, nah, don't do that. He won. It's one fair and square or whatever. That's what people believe. That's how. And like you said, you got to realize that certain times in the building, some stuff, it feels different in the building sometimes.
I could tell from watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like people was booing because they're from Boston and they went to Chilla Jones.
Perhaps. That could have been
you
it.
know what I mean? I don't think it was like, oh, Real Deal was trash. It wasn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in the building, Real Deal's third round probably was
so incredible. Yeah, it shook the building.
People
Right.
was like, yo.
Right.
Round of applause
I
for
agree.
your strength.
I agree. No, I like it. I thought his third round was crazy, but I'm just talking about as far as comparing it to somebody and seeing what he did.
Let me look at the polls real quick to see what we had.
I think in my opinion that I just wouldn't have gave it to them because of that.
We're looking at.
But this brings up another argument where people always say, "Oh, we want judge battles. We want judge battles." It don't matter if you judge the battles anyway, because people still gonna have their opinion, no matter what the judge is gonna give. You know.
Oh, 52% got Chilla 2-1, 40% got Real Deal 2-1.
Oh.
When we first did the poll, like maybe 10 minutes later, Real Deal was winning. By a large
okay.
amount. You know what I mean? But 52 to 40%, that's still pretty close.
So they're saying that. So that most people are saying Chilla won. Then 52% saying Chilla won.
I mean, I thought Chilla won, and I thought even if you thought the battle was close, like I can't decide. The tiebreaker to me would have been Chilla Jones wilding in the first round.
Right.
Even if you felt like, the battle was so close, I don't know what round. That would be the tiebreaker emergency.
Yeah, the tiebreaker to me is the fact that it wasn't directed at Chilla.
No, I think they said that Ill Will.
If that was the case, but I don't even think it was a tie. I just thought he won the first two rounds.
5 judges: Ill Will, Rum Nitty, and Lex Luthor are the ones who voted for Real.
Oh, I didn't know who voted for who.
It was a split decision. Ill Will. Lex Luthor, Rum Nitty voted for Real Deal.
Right. Ill Will. Yeah, I saw Ill Will look like he was feeling because every time
he
hit a bar, he turned around and give
white shit like that.
Hey, that's a veteran move.
So
that's a veteran move. Every time you got a ball you like, turn around and give the judge a pound, right? That was a veteran move. So if he won because of that, good one, Real Deal.
I thought Mass 5 was a pretty dope event. I wish Pass and Big K didn't choke. But besides that, I thought it was a pretty good event.
Nah, it was a good event.
Charron versus Rum Nitty is my battle of the night.
Oh, I didn't even think about who's battle of the night.
Charron and Rum Nitty.
Charron and Rum Nitty. Yeah, I can see that. Let me think. Who else was there? It was Geechee.
Came with the choke.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I would say that. I would say
Charron.
Charron. Yeah, Charron, Rum Nitty.
You know what I mean?
They had the closest.
Rum Nitty, battle of the night, bar of the night, or just bars of the night. I'll give it to Ilmax rebuttals.
I like the Chilla bar with the where he said he sent his goons out or something. I don't know exactly how the bar goes, but he said send his goon out to raise them arms, no questions asked. He's a teacher.
Oh yeah. He had a couple other teacher bars that were dope too.
That was a cold bar.
But yeah, Mass 5. Man, I wish we could get over the chokes, but you do what you could do. Great title match and a great battle in Rum Nitty versus Charron. That's one of my favorite battles of the year.
It's a strong statement.
I said it's one of my favorite battles of the year. I had mad fun watching that shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
low key, Charron been having some battles this year.
Charron been having battles his whole career.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. Let us know what you think about Charron. Where does he rank in the top 10? I mean, in the top 10. Where does he rank in the all-time battlers list? Steve, you got anything to say before I sign out?
We out.
Holla.